Hello, if you haven't met me before, I'm Kayleen Antert with the Antert Group at Keller Williams Consultants, your Central Ohio real estate expert. If you have been thinking about moving to Columbus or anywhere in the surrounding suburbs like Dublin, Powell, Westerville, or New Albany, this is a channel where we talk about what it's really like to live here. We cover the pros, the cons, the cost, and everything you need to know about making a move. And if you are relocating, make sure you reach out. My team and I will help people move to Central Ohio every single week, and we'd love to help you as well. Everyone thinks Central Ohio is simple, affordable, easy, nothing crazy. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're not. But almost every single buyer I work with surprised at least one of the few things we're going to talk about today. So let's get into it. And if you are relocating, you need to know this before you buy, not after you buy. So stay tuned. Number one thing we're going to talk about today are property taxes, and they are all over the place. They're not consistent. So this is the biggest one. You can have two homes with the exact same price, same size, 10 minutes apart, and one has a tax bill thousands higher than the other. Why, you ask? Because taxes here are driven more by school district and the city that the home sits in, not just the home's value. So there are a lot of things to consider. If you're only looking at price, you're missing a big part of your monthly payment. So definitely consider that when you're looking to relocate. Number two is going to be commute times. Commute times are typically 20 to 30 minutes. That's very normal. Columbus is spread out. You can live in a great area like Dublin, Powell, Lewis Center, New Albany. It could take you about 20 to 30 minutes from work, shopping, or downtown. If you're coming from a smaller town, that feels like a long time to travel. But if you're coming from a bigger city, it could feel, wow, only 20 or 30 minutes. So it really depends on where you're coming from, if that's going to be a big challenge for you. But either way, it's something you need to factor in. The third thing we're going to talk about today is that you might have to pay city income taxes. This one is the biggest one that surprises most people that relocate to Central Ohio. In many Central Ohio cities, you're paying a local income tax on top of state and federal. So where you live and where you work, both actually do matter. That can impact your take-home pay more than people expect. If your realtor is not telling you this, you really need to ask them about this. Number four, new builds, they can add up very fast. So think about this if you want to do new construction. New construction looks really great on paper, but that base price, that's just the starting point. That's just getting you in the door. So once you build, you're adding things like lot premiums, upgrades, and some even basic features that you would expect to be included. So definitely get with your realtor if you are doing new constructions. On top of all that, you often are looking at higher taxes down the road. So that's also something to consider. The taxes that they are today are gonna be a lot more down the road. Before you know it, you're gonna be well over the budget that you thought you were gonna be. So get good representation when you do new construction. A lot of people have this preconception that you don't need a realtor. You actually really do. In most cases, resale homes actually give you more value for the money. So keep that in mind too. But here's the catch. A lot of buyers come in thinking new build equals a better deal, and that's not always true. It really depends on what your goals are. You're often getting smaller lots, paying more upfront, and waiting months to move in. So yeah, there's a lot of new construction here, but it's not always the obvious choice. So get with your realtor and go over what's most important to you and see if new construction is what you should be doing. And if so, make sure you have representation. The new build rep is not your representation. HOAs are everywhere. A lot of newer communities here have HOAs. Some are simple and low cost. Others come with rules, restrictions, and fees people don't expect. So you want to know exactly what you're buying into before you actually commit. Get with your realtor. They can give you HOA rules, the decks, so you guys can go and make sure that this community is a good fit for you. Not every home is a bidding war. So that's something to consider. People love to say the market is crazy, and sometimes it is. But here's what actually is happening. Move-in ready homes go quick if and only if they're priced right. If they're not priced right, they are sitting. So homes that need a little bit more work to it, they may sit depending on how well they're priced. Again, so it always goes back to price. What's the opportunity? You want to do some updates, so you may consider a home that needs some updates. Number 7 thing, we're going to talk about seasons. In case you didn't know, we do have seasons here in Central Ohio. You definitely get all 4 seasons. Winters can be mild or hit really hard. Springs are rainy and muddy. Summers are hot and humid. And fall is very beautiful, but typically very short here in Central Ohio. Things like drainage, insulation, HVAC all matter here. So get with your realtor to ask the correct questions. So yeah, Columbus is a great place to live. I love it here. I absolutely love it. But it's not as simple as people think. If you're planning to move here, don't go in blind. Call, text me, fill out the relocation form below, and I'll connect with you soon. And I'll make sure you avoid the mistakes most people make. Have a great day. Talk soon.